Hello everyone, and welcome to a new type video. This is going to be a how to play of Legacy Testament of the Duc de Serre. Just call it Legacy for now. This is a board game that I ported into Tabletop Simulator myself. This is mostly a video tutorial video for my friends, so we can all learn how to play this. But you could use this as well if you've got the physical board game yourself. You can learn how to play from this. Yeah, this mod's not actually available on the workshop because I'm not distributing this mod. However, yeah, the physical copy of the board game, I'll put some links down in the description of where you can basically find, buy copies of it. Because it is a rather good game. Now, this game is essentially a worker placement game about building up your family tree. Which, ever since Crusader Kings 2, building up my family tree has been something that's always kind of intrigued me. And so I'm going to go through a set of turns here for a two-player game, of me here being the white player, and I guess the brown player. Now, I have realised something, a mess up I did with this print edition, where the information on these cards is a bit kind of backwards. Luckily, you only need to refer to that once, and that's it, so that's not too bad, but yeah, that is something I might need to fix in the future. But starting off, I'm the white player. There is an choice for every card between the man and the woman. The woman actually has the stats the right way around. These are basically just determine a few starting factors. Huh. That's a problem. Alright, let's fix that on the fly. I don't actually have any way of tracking money in this game. Whoops. Whoops. Whoops, yeah. Right. So, you see this our starting money from this card. I start with 5 monies. I start with 2 income, which I can mark on here with one of my white cubes. Income is essentially how much money we're going to receive each round. Our prestige starts at 0, which is an extra victory point count, an extra amount of victory points we're going to get every generation. And we also get 6 starting friends, which normally would be hidden in our hands, but for now, I'm just leaving them out in front of us, since I'm playing with 2 people. And also, we get a yellow action, which I'll go over in a minute. And the other player gets 8 starting money. And they get 6 friends as well. Only the 1 income, thanks to the extra starting money they have. And they get a orange action. Okay, I'm not going to try and play this game well, because I just want to show off everything I can. But essentially in this game, we're going to get one of these cards out to each player. These are our secret victory conditions. Now, these will have 3 different stages to them. The top stage is the main objective, which this is +2 for each different occupation of your family members in the 3rd generation, +2 for each marriage arranged with an artist in the 4th generation, and for each venture or mansion in your family. Those stars count for victory points, so this is end of game scoring. No one sees these until the end of the game. +2 for each French in the 3rd generation, +2 for each noble in the 4th generation, and +2 for each title in your family. Now, as you might have guessed, that symbol of an artist, all of these will be seen on our little friend cards here, which are who we can marry. So as you can see, we do have artists here. However, they're not going to be helpful till the 4th generation. The only other thing we really have is mansions and ventures are going to be useful. Because I'm only going to be playing the first rounds of this, so we won't get down to the point where we need to worry about the 3rd and 4th generations. Do you have a little turn tracker here, which I just realised that we've lost the cube for the turn tracker somewhere when I was converting this game. So there we are, extra cube. And so now, right, we're on turn 1. And how it goes is that one person will play an action, then the other person. So, we'll start with this first player, and the best thing to always start off with, even though, and hang on a second. I'm a fucking idiot. I think Okay, this is the same. I realized I've scanned the wrong side of the bloody board, is what I've done. Because these have two sides to them, a solo side and a multiplayer side. I'm pretty sure everything is the same. Except for... Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Oh, God, I haven't got the physical copy of me, so I can't rescan these. But okay. Basically, our options are... Have a child. And these have multi-tiers to them. So I can have a child, or I can lose a victory point to pick what gender I want the child to be. I can pay nothing to gain a friend, pay 1 gold to gain 2 friends, or pay 2 gold to gain 3 friends. I can do nothing to gain 2, lose a victory point to get 3, and lose a victory point and a friend to get 4 money. I'm pretty sure those are all the same. And these are our friends that we can currently draw from. These will remain out, and when there's only 1 left, we'll draw out a new set of up to 5. Oh, we'll draw out 4, I guess, because we leave that 1 person out there. So anyway, I'm going to start with this. This is supposed to be the marry space. So I'm going to start off with a marriage. Now, I'm a man, and in this game, you can only marry the opposite gender. So, there are a couple of stages to a marriage card, or a friend card. At the very top, you have how much you have to pay or how much you get, so basically the dowry. We have their occupation, which in this case is the blacksmithing, the hammer. We have their nation, the pink or orange border to where it's a man or a female. And then also we have some bonuses that we gain as soon as we marry her. So you see if we marry this person, we get 1 friend and 1 prestige. And we have an extra effect that goes off. These are basically unique to every character. So discard all friends from beside the board, draw a new set and take 1. And all these effects will happen as soon as we marry someone. However, if we arrange marriage with someone, which is something else we can do, then their effects won't happen until that generation comes of age, essentially. But anyway, so I'm going to start with this marriage action. And I need ventures, and she gives me a orange action, which actually, yeah. I better also show what the other actions are. So essentially, yeah, we got our 2 color tokens, which we can just put on anything. And we can put them on our board in the same place as many times as we want. However, then we have the universal board here with extra options on it. Which, if someone else goes there, then you can't go there till the next round. So it is locked off. And what these colored tokens here essentially are, is bonus tokens. So this one's orange, so it can only go on Initiate Adventure. It can't go anywhere else. And it can't go there if someone else has already been. So what we have on here, we have Acquire a Title. Whoops. Oop. So acquiring a title. Some of your objectives may say you need these, but other than that, you get, in the top right, we have how much it's going to cost. In this case, it's going to cost 2 gold and a friend. And we'll see what we get from it. So we get 2 prestige and a gold. 2 prestige and income, or 1 prestige and income. On the other side, we have contribute to the community, which is another golden one. So if you have a golden token, you can put on either of these. And that is, again, similar premise. Top right is the cost, and in the middle is what you gain. So this one is 4 friends. Now you'll notice that the symbol for that friend has a dark sort of outline on it rather than a light outline. That means we take it from the down pile. Otherwise, you take it from here. We can hire a fertility doctor, cost a friend and 2 gold. What this will let us do is draw 2 children instead of a single child. Each family can only have a maximum of 3 children unless their rule states otherwise. You can buy a mansion. These change depending on how many players there are in the game. With 2 players it's 3, 3 players it's 5, 4 players it's 7, and the same goes for Initiate Adventure. So how this goes is, you lose a friend and 3 gold, and you get a mansion, which, again, you might have an objective that wants you to have mansions, and if not, you can just say you need 2 prestige. We got Initiate Adventure, which will give us 1 income if we get it. And also, as we can tell from our objective, we need to get Ventures. And the final one on here is Undertake a Mission. These will have special objectives. These you can reveal as soon as you complete. And, they'll have basically what you need to do and a rewards thing listed underneath. When you want to draw a mission, you draw 2, pick one, and put the other one on the bottom. And one important thing to bear in mind is that if we draw anything, because you see they mark out the generations here, if we draw a mission during the 3rd generation, we cannot actually look at that mission and perform it, which is one of the stranger rules. All you can do at that point is you can keep it, stick it underneath your card, and then that is worth... Oh. Alright, I'm going to check that rule. Hang on with me just a second. Okay, well that is a rule I did not realise was a thing. Okay, well I played this game wrong before. Okay, so if you grab one of these during the 3rd generation, you put it underneath your card. Underneath your main objective card. Or I guess you just put it to the side because no one should to see this card anyway. And essentially, you see the 2 objectives at the bottom in red. These allows you to activate one of those special missions. So you need 2 to activate both of the special missions, and the top mission is always active. So that is very important to bear in mind. That's only during the 3rd generation. You grab it beforehand, you look at the top, and then you try to complete it. So actually, that makes that makes those red tokens a lot more useful than I thought they were. Okay, that's an important thing to know. Right, so that's all the actions just about explained. So we're going to start off by marrying someone, and so we're going to marry her because we kind of want to have the free orange action. So we marry Martha, the baker's daughter. So what happens is first we get our 2 gold and dowry. Then we gain 1 friend from the face-up pile. As I'm not trying to play properly, I'll just grab the first person I see. And then we get our extra, which is the annoying part of this, is that the tokens I have hidden in this bag here. Because we are supposed to draw them in secret at times. So there we go, orange. And also, we draw 1 child as soon as the married couple. Okay, and we have a daughter with no special traits. So she just goes underneath for now. And then it's the next person's turn to do an action. Now, they just seem to pick up an orange adventure, so they're going to quickly grab their own one while they can make use of this token. So they're going to lose 2 friends. I might want to show off a mission, so let's keep that. They can lose her and her. Actually, they probably shouldn't lose that guy anyway, because he's the only man they have. So they can just go in a discard pile down here. And they also need to lose 1 victory point. So you can go into the minuses. Most of the victory point scoring happens towards the end of the game anyway. So there we go. They now have... Oh, hang on, I'll put their prestige thing on. Adventure, which gives her 1 more income. Now it's back to me. I'm going to use my tile here to go to the fertility doctor. I can spend that dowry I just got, along with 1 friend. So again, we'll just fry out random person. And we get to draw 2 children. Okay, and we get a boy and a girl. I will show you later on if we get some children with special traits, but it's pretty simple. Basically, it just has a little text on the card saying what the special trait is, and whether it's face up when they're a girl or when they're a little girl, or an older girl. Basically says whether it activates straight away or whether it activates when they come of age. But they have a proper family now. Brown's going to go. They're going to start off by marrying as well, because it's probably pretty important to actually have a future generation. So it's going to cost 2 money, because it generally costs to marry the men, though some of the women cost to marry as well. That gets 1 income. So already her income's shot above mine. And they get a red... Okay, this person's not in the game, so I'm just going to grab theirs. Be cheeky. There we are. They get red mission. Now, all I can do is use this yellow one, because I can't initiate adventure. So, looking at this, I probably prefer the ones that are going to increase things in the long term rather than the ones that just straight away. Okay, I'm gonna do a baronet, so that is 2 money I have to lose. Which then gives me that title, so no one else can grab this title. And then increase my prestige by 2. Now, this player can undertake a mission, which means losing another friend. Okay, and again, not paying too much attention to the objectives at this point. Let's lose her. And then they get to draw 2 missions, and they can pick one to keep. So have at least 2, I think that's diplomats or scientists. I think that's scientists, I think. It's like a telescope. Have 2 scientists in your family, pay 1 to the bank reward plus 3 money, and draw 10 faces. Keep your scientists and discard the others. Have at least 5 French in your family, pay 4 to the bank, reward plus 5 points. Okay, they're going to take this one, although neither of them seems particularly easy to complete at this point. Actually, they've got, as you see, they've already got 2 French in the family, so they'll take the French culture. And that should go on the bottom of the pile. And then I can't go because I've got no actions left that can be played. So she'll go again. And... oh, hang on a second. I never drew a child for their marriage. Alright, I normally forget that. It's something you really got to keep track of. And so they are going to pay 1 more gold to get 2 friends, because they're kind of running low at the moment. So there we go. And I believe that is it. So then if we look at the turn tracker, we now get a collector income. So she gets 3 gold. Meanwhile, I get 2 gold. And then we move on to round 2. All our extra actions that we played go into the bag. Any ones that we didn't play stay with us. And all our regular actions return. And it's really hard to see the white tokens because I used my scanner obviously made things a bit too bright. I should make them grey maybe. Okay. So now we're on turn 2. So first player passes to the left. So now choose to 1 child. She hasn't got any extra actions at the moment. I think we'll just go for the normal have a child actions. I want to show off as many actions as I can. So, and actually they want a male child really bad, I'll say. So they're going to cost themselves 1 victory point just to show off the game. To they draw a male child, and there's a male child on top anyway, so yeah, that's almost pointless of them. Very pointless of them. Now, bear in mind, I said you can only have 3 children maximum, so they've already had as many children as they can. Player passes back to me. I'll go initiate adventure while I still can. It's going to cost me 2 friends. I need men to marry them, so I think, yeah, we'll just give these 2 people up to the pile. Sorry, but we can't be friends anymore. And I cost myself 1 victory point to gain a venture. I'm playing very rash. I wouldn't normally be quite this bad, trust me. Okay, that gets 1 income. Now, it goes back to Brown, who is going to... she's going to start off by arranging a marriage for the next generation to show how this works. So what she's going to do is she's going to marry off... yeah, that's probably the best one for now. Now bear in mind, her special effect requires us to have our British in our family. We have no British in our family, so her special effect will not go off, but everything else on the card will still. So she goes face down, because at the moment they're not old enough to marry, it's mainly a betrothal. However, we do collect the dowry straight away, and you do have to pay straight away to marry the person. Just grab that. So that's handy sitting out there. And now back to me. I'm going to do another marriage. Probably it's really that long to rest the boards are the wrong bloody way around. Let's see, how much money have we got to pay? We got 5 to pay. Can we do with the money? Okay. Here's one has an effect which works if I have another labourer in my family. I need to find what the actual name for these classes are. And I do, so when that ability will go off when the married couple becomes of age. But I do have to pay off my 5. And then play goes back to me, because I'm the only one who's got any actions left. And then I am going to lose a victory point and a friend. No, sorry, I'm just going to lose 1 victory point for now. In order to gain myself 3 gold, because otherwise, yeah, we're running pretty low. Okay, so that's the wave 2 completed. So again, we collect our money for income. So Brown gets another 3. Which, yeah, I could probably just go. There we go. And I get 3 also. Thanks to the venture. And then, if we look here, now the prestige goes off. So we get 1 victory point for every point of prestige we have. So Brown gets 0 victory points, whereas I get 2. So I'm back up to a net 0. And then we get victory points for every child we have this generation. So Brown gets 2, I get 3. Then, alright, all tokens go back. If you had any extra tokens at this point that aren't just your, like any extra actions basically that aren't just your starting tokens, they would be discarded at this point. If you had not yet been able to play them when the generation changes. And what we do is every player will draw another new random action from the pile. Then everyone flips. Technically it should be me going first actually, seeing as I'm currently first player. Actually I'm going to turn up my rotate distance as well. Okay, can't set to 180. That'd be really useful. And now, as this has happened, I get 2 income. And I get to ask friends for money without using an action. So I am going to ask friends for money. I'm just going to get myself another 2. Right. Yes. I think that is it. Yes, so now we have a turn 3. So, oh wait, sorry, this marriage is also going to go off, so they get a single friend. And their ability doesn't go off because there is no other Brits in the family. So now, what will happen now is a similar thing will go on. We'll play out all our actions. Now, every couple we have can have 3 children, so you see the family tree obviously gets bigger and bigger as you go down. Once once a generation is no longer the active generation, so our original generation now, they can no longer have any interactions whatsoever. All they're there for now, essentially, is the symbols in their cards. So if you have something that refers to Frenchers, then they both count. You have something that refers to, I think that's diplomats, or that's revolutionaries. I think it's, yeah, it's probably revolutionaries. Then that is also reflects. But apart from that, we can't have more children or anything of that generation. And so the only last thing I wanted to really show you were... It's like a mess. Aha, one of these. This is a complication at birth card, which can be drawn when you are having a child. What these happens is that, for instance, on the card, lose the mother or the child. This will let you Oh, actually, also, I could have actually found it naturally, because, yeah, they're supposed to draw children. Okay, let's say we did that. No, actually, let's say we did it like that. Let's say they both drew it, so I can do this for explaining reasons. Right. So, what these people can choose is they either lose the mother and have a single child, or they lose the child and the mother's still alright. So if they lose the mother, then they just draw another one. And what's important to bear in mind is that these complication at birth cards can only come up once per generation. So what essentially means is that now that's happened, if we draw another one of those cards, we just ignore it and keep going for this player. Let's say we go for over here. Now what's important to bear in mind is that this guy here, because he is one of the direct descendants of our family, he is allowed to be remarried. However, if, say, our daughter was to die here, this guy, because he is not a direct descendant, he is like a son-in-law to us, he cannot remarry. So that's something also important to bear in mind. Only your own children can remarry if they lose their wives. And one other thing with this, if this happens during your first generation, you have to lose the child. You can't lose your family leader if she is female. If you're a male leader, and I happen to draw the complication at birth, then you can lose the female ruler. The female, well, the wife. Okay, I think that's just about everything more or less explained. I wanted to keep this kind of short, so I'll end this right now. Hope this cleared up some questions about the game. I'm possibly not playing 100% accurate rules, but this is how I normally play, except for with this mission card rule, which I just found out now would be really useful for the future. But yeah, I hope this helped. And hang on, I'm going to choke. Hang on. Oh, one other thing that happens as well, actually, I forgot to bring up. When we move on to the next generation, all the first generation tiles that weren't bought are gone, and they get swapped out with second generation tiles. Same goes for events. Those are all thrown out, and new second generation ones are drawn. Okay, that's everything.